So this time last year, there was a bit of controversy over this next dish. Essentially, people in the United States couldn't understand what a chicken ball was. And I know someone's going to comment below, I didn't know chickens had balls underneath here.
They do.
They
No one have.
Roosters have balls.
Yeah, they do, definitely.
Okay, I wasn't expecting Mum just to scream they do like that, but that was a nice little gem there. So we're going to be showing you how to cook chicken balls with sweet and sour sauce today. A quick version of sweet and sour sauce, that is. But some places in the States do have this, and in Canada as well, but they're often referred to as chicken fingers.
Chicken fingers?
Yeah.
What?
Because they're normally long like chicken fingers.
Oh, all right.
So they'll cut it long into strips and then batter it, whereas we have them in squares.
Slightly rounded, isn't it?
Yeah, like balls.
Yes, yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, they do.
So we'll get on with that.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a quick sweet and sour sauce today, and this version can be found in our second cookbook, part 2, and it's spelt wrong deliberately. Let's not go into it. If you want like a old school 1980s, 1990s sweet and sour recipe, that's in our first cookbook. It's a lot more flavour, a lot more depth. Some people, there's just too much flavour, which we understand. You're used to the newer versions, which is fine. Like we always say, there's no such thing as a good or bad one. It's just what you prefer.
It's just entirely up to you, basically.
Yeah. We're going to add some, what is this, Ma?
I think water.
Yeah, it is water. Well done.
Yeah, clear.
Clear, yeah, it's clear.
Gonna add some vinegar.
Yeah, white vinegar.
Some squash.
Yeah, this is orange squash, and this is quadruple concentrated, so I don't need as much as I have here. So I'm just going to put a little bit in. And what this does, it gives like a citrusy flavour to the sweet and sour, and some aromatics from the orange itself. They've just got a new lid thing. That completely threw me.
Oh my god, it's smaller now,
Yeah.
so you use less.
Anyway, ketchup.
Oh. Sugar?
A lot.
Salt. Lovely MSG.
Shout out to the MSG Massive.
Colour.
Colouring. And this part is completely optional. You don't have to add it. It's just to make it bright red.
Colouring.
Yeah, colouring.
Colouring, I thought you mean the pencil colour.
Yeah, but then it's also colouring the stuff.
Okay. Can you see that red now?
Yeah, nice and vibrant. So we're just going to mix this in. Going to put it onto high heat and then let it boil for about a minute and a half until everything has dissolved and come together. And then you can actually let this sit as it is, decant it. When it cools down, put it in the fridge and it will keep for at least a week, and then thicken it with potato starch whenever you want. Don't thicken it and then put it in the fridge, because what will happen is sometimes the potato starch will break down, won't last that long, and also go off within 2 days.
Yes. Listen, yeah? Carefully.
Yeah, listen carefully. You've been told. So we've got some chicken thigh here, don't we, Ma?
No, not chicken thigh, chicken breast.
Yeah. That wasn't even planned. Yeah, we've got some chicken breast. It's because I was thinking you can't use chicken thigh. I mean, you could, but I think this is the only time where I think chicken balls are where I prefer chicken breast over chicken thigh, because chicken thigh has too much fat in it, and it's just deep fried fat with a fatty inside.
Yes.
It's just too much for me. Some of you might like it, but I think the chicken breast is better for chicken balls, but that's personal preference, right?
Yep, definitely.
So Mum is going to cut these, aren't you, Mum?
Yeah, I'm going to cut this chicken breast up.
Yeah, so we're going to cut them into chunks.
Yeah.
So we're cutting these into chunks about 3 centimetres by 3 centimetres. This chicken ball recipe here can be found in our first cookbook as well, both available on our web store, chinandchew.com. You can, if you want, bicarb these, i.e. velvet them in bicarb water, but you don't really need to do that.
No, you don't. It'll be tender enough.
Yeah, because the massive shield of flour on the outside of the chicken breast will keep it nice and tender. That's all done. That's all the cutting you need for this. So today we're going to be using this Green Dragon. Most good Chinese takeaways are using Green Dragon because it's been specifically designed for this, but you can use any self-raising flour you want. It just won't have the same result. I'll link below where me and Mum did a blind test on using the next best flour after this, and we could taste instantly, and my dad, who isn't even a foodie, could taste instantly.
By the way, we're not paid for that. Green Dragon?
Yeah.
Right?
We're literally just suggesting it because it's by far the best.
Best, yes.
But if you do get the other brands, you need to sieve it first. So we're just going to put some of this flour into the tray here. And this is just so we can coat the bits of chicken. Just gonna add some salt,
Yep.
some MSG, and some black pepper. Now we use black pepper because white pepper can make the fish taste a bit fishy, but if you want to use white pepper, you can use white pepper instead. And the trick is to have this quite well seasoned because it's just going to be a very thin layer and we don't actually season the batter itself. So you need more seasoning on the inside. All the stuff like the flour and the MSG, we sell it on our web store as well.
And one just keep it to one side.
Yep.
And then we come back to the chicken.
Now this is important. Most places aren't going to be doing this, which does make a huge difference. We're going to be seasoning the chicken as well.
Yes.
So just a pinch of salt.
MSG.
Yeah. Tiny pinch of black pepper. And just because I know someone will ask how much to use, these are 2 chicken breasts here. If you are going to use some bicarb on its own and not soak the chicken first, you can actually add the bicarb at this stage. But it's a pinch, you don't want too much. A small pinch of bicarb or baking soda. And then we're just going to mix this up and let it rest in the fridge for about 20 minutes. So now 20 minutes is up, we're going to place our chicken into the flour. You can use plain flour actually for the base of this. It doesn't have to be self-raising, but it's just if you've got the self-raising there, you might as well just use that, which is what we do. And then we're just going to coat these, aren't we, Ma?
Yep, just get it coated.
And what does the coating do?
By doing this is to pick up the flour.
Yeah.
Otherwise it just fall off.
Essentially, so the batter, the wet mix, doesn't fall off it.
Yeah, you say it better than I can.
They just need a light coating. It doesn't need to be immaculate. A rough coating, I should say. And that is coated enough.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go make the batter.
Yeah.
Just a side note, when you go and make your batter, you want to make sure your oil is hot at the same time, because if you make your batter and let it sit for too long, all that rising agent goes away and
Go flat.
it goes flat like lemonade.
Yes.
I don't know why lemonade, but you know what I mean.
So what it is you need to heat up your oil.
Yeah.
Then go and make your batter mix.
Yeah. So we're going to get some of our flour. Like I said, you can use any flour. I'm going to put some, we're just going to eyeball the amount we want into here. You need quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make some lukewarm water, but you want it more lukewarm than not, if that makes sense. You don't want it too hot, so we're just going to use some boiling hot water here. Then we're going to add cold water to this. See, that's a bit warm. So you want it around 35 degrees C. A little bit hot, a little bit colder, that's absolutely fine. And then Ma,
Yeah.
do you want to do this bit?
Yeah. You pour it in a bit at a time.
You want it quite gloopy. Don't worry about lumps, because they're not an issue when this comes to making this.
Not at all. So that's the consistent you like, yeah?
Yeah, you can see it's really difficult to, I always liken it to wallpaper paste, but someone said the other day who's using wallpaper paste nowadays. So PVA glue, who's using PVA glue? So
A bit thicker than PVA glue. I haven't used it for quite ages ago.
PVVA.
PVA. Right, that's about right now.
Yeah, now we need to work fast.
Yeah.
Some takeaways will do this and then set it to the side, and they call it fermenting, and they'll let it sit for 2-3 hours. And what they're just trying to do is hydrate the wheat molecules in there with the water, which gives it like a chewier texture, but it means that you have to add more bicarb or rising agent when you come to use it to get a decent puff. Some places won't even add the bicarb, and that's why their chicken balls don't rise as much, but if you like that, that's absolutely fine. So when you put the chicken balls in, the oil needs to be hot, but then we're going to turn it down, and you are going to need a probe, because what we're going to do is we're going to cook them first and take them out and let them sit for a minimum of 10 minutes, let them cool down, put them in the fridge, and then reheat them later on, because that actually makes the outside more crispy. If you don't have that time, we're just going to fry them, let them sit for 10 minutes, and then refry them again, and that's almost as good as leaving it for longer. That's how most takeaways are going to be doing this. So they'll cook them so the inside is piping hot, but the outside isn't fully done, as in it's not browned off. Then they'll freeze them or put them in the fridge and then use them as they need them. And we're going to be doing 2 ways of battering these. Mum will show you the traditional way. It is difficult though, so it's very technical. And I'll show you the easy way that a lot of places do nowadays, but it means the batter is a little bit thinner. If you want to check the heat of something, get like a bamboo skewer or a chopstick and place it in, and if it fizzes, it's up to temperature. That's if you don't have like a probe. So we've transferred it to a shallower pot because you need a shallow side, because the time it takes to do that, more batter can fall out, so the ball isn't as puffy or covered in flour. So you push it in and then you let it drop into the oil, sorry. So when I say you push it in, you push the chicken down into the batter, grab it with some mix over the top, the batter, and then like drop it in, but you use a special hand movement which is really difficult to describe. It's much easier if we can teach you in real life. So that's how you do these. To do it the modern way, you get our batter, put our chicken balls in, push them down, toothpick or bamboo skewer, push it in, and then drop it in. But the batter is never as good on the outside when you do it this way because it's allowed to fall off. So now these are done and piping hot inside, we're just going to take them out and leave them sit for 10 minutes. Second fry, it's super important that your oil is really hot as well, because if it's not, the outside of your balls will go stodgy. Well, no, they'll absorb all the oil, won't they?
Yeah, it will absorb a lot more oil.
Yeah, so not stodgy, they'll still be crispy, but they'll just be oil sponges.
Yes.
Mum just pointed out that I said your balls, but I meant your chicken balls, obviously.
Yeah, we're talking about chicken balls.
Yeah, you don't want your balls in there. And that's them done. So we're just gonna put them on a plate and give you some more tips. Just a side note, if you want crispier batter, you use more water in your batter mix, and if you want stodgier batter, you use less water in your batter mix. Also, the size of the chicken chunk determines the size of your chicken ball altogether. Smaller chicken chunk, smaller chicken balls. Larger chicken chunk, larger chicken balls.
Sweet and sour chicken balls.
There we go, in all its glory. So let's give this a try, shall we, Ma? God, they're hot.
The sweet and sour is good.
It's not the best kind of sweet sour, but it's a nice little dipping sauce. Also, I thought I'd make a chicken finger. That's what the chicken fingers in the States and Canada look like. They're long. Just going to dip it into this.
Nice and crispy.
Now, obviously, you can serve these with any sauce that you want. Curry is normally my favourite, to be honest. It's super easy and straightforward, like it really is. It's also really satisfying. And it's one of those things that, if you can do well, it does take practice. We haven't made chicken balls for quite a long time, as you can probably tell, to get them round. But when you get them, they do look really impressive.
We'll get one of that out one day.
Double frying.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for following our recipe.
Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And if you want the stuff that we make, as long as a cookbook, make sure to visit if you want the ingredients, sorry, make sure to visit our web store, chinandchew.com. Till next time, Ma.
Happy cooking, happy eating.
Bye.
Bye.